Hello and welcome back to all my beautiful people out there. This is Natalie Silva with Life Treasures and Golden Moments, where I share with you true stories of miracles and stories of inspiration. Well, the month of November is almost behind us, and coming up in a couple of days is Thanksgiving. So before I close out my podcast for the month, I thought I would share with you a few stories, if I can work them all in today, about Thanksgiving and things that we should be thankful for. This first story I'd like to share with you today is called A Thanksgiving Remembrance, and the author is unknown. My paternal grandmother lived with us. She would sit on the porch swing, and I would stand behind her and brush her beautiful long gray hair. As I brushed her hair, she would tell me her two favorite stories from the Bible. The only thing better was when she would have me snuggle up close to her in the swing as she would read to me. As a child, I surmised that they were just good stories, but now as a mother and a grandmother, I realized she had an ulterior motive. She was teaching me a most valuable lesson, a lesson about kindness and thankfulness. She often added to the story of the Good Samaritan. You never pass someone in need, even if their skin is not the color of yours, and you never pick and choose who you'll be kind to. You just be kind, she would enumerate over and over. The same instruction came with manners and etiquette. Know what to do and do it. If you do the same right thing often enough, it will become second nature to you. That way, she would instruct, you will always know what to do and feel confident in doing it. It sounded complicated as a child, but as I grew older, I realized what I did automatically. Others my age struggled with. This tutoring soon gave me the understanding that kindness lessons and the manners lessons were synonymous. They both were really practicing the golden rule, which is, simply put, treat others as you want to be treated and never forget any kindness extended to you. I also learned as a child growing up that my mother always had a slip of paper fastened to the inside of a cabinet door in the kitchen. It was near the sink where my mother was more apt to see it. At the top of the page were written the words, "Lest I forget." There was never a kindness extended to her or our family that was not found listed on her paper. In November of each year, she would in some way once again let the person or the persons involved know how grateful she was for their kindness. Mother often quoted the reminder to us, "Don't remember the kindness you do for others, but never forget the kindnesses that they do for you." I am reminded even more of the lessons learned as a child, and even some days I find myself missing that spot on Grandma's lap and the peace that came with her loving arms around me. May we each give thanks and remember all kindnesses given to us. The next two stories I'd like to share with you were a collection by Coach Muller, who is a physical education teacher and a coach for 33 years. He's a father of two boys, and he's been happily married for 28 years. And he said he enjoys collecting stories of inspiration, heartwarming stories from other people. And I do believe that he would be most happy that I share these with you today. This first story that was in his collection is called The Boy Who Changed a Village. Very touching story and food for thought for all of us. You know, we all have struggles and burdens that we deal with on a daily basis. For untold thousands of people, they can carry hardships, misery, and a sense of doom with them for many years. So this is one, I think he got this from a friend called Chuck, who is the author of this wonderful story. And it's bits of wisdom and showing other ways of finding joy. Once upon a time in a small mountain village, it was the custom of the villagers to strap on their knapsacks each morning. Then during the day, each time they worried about something or felt depressed about a problem, they'd pick up a small pebble and put it in their knapsack. The knapsacks were heavy and a burden to carry because the villagers never emptied them. They carried their burdens every day. It was all they knew. One day, one of the village elders walked down to the riverbank, bent over from his knapsack full of burdens, and he noticed one of the small boys from the village skipping pebbles across the water. The boy's knapsack was empty. "What are you doing?" the old man asked. "Why is your knapsack empty? Why aren't you carrying your burdens like the rest of us?" "Oh, I come down to the river bank at the end of each day," the boy said, "and skip my pebbles across the water until my knapsack is empty. I see no reason to keep carrying them." The old man was stunned and so bent over from his knapsack full of burdens that he could hardly move. He had never seen anyone cast their burdens away like that. "Would you like to try it?" the boy asked. The old man was hesitant, yet it seemed like such a good idea. So slowly he reached into his knapsack that was large and heavy from all the burdens he had accumulated over the years. He grabbed a pebble and studied it, recalling the burden of pain that he felt when he had placed it in his knapsack. He was so bent over that it was difficult to cast the burden away and watch it skip across the water and finally disappear. But he somehow did it. The boy smiled. The old man smiled too. It was easier than he thought to let go of that burden. Then he tossed another pebble, and another burden, then another and another. The boy stayed and watched. They built a fire, and the old man kept throwing until the knapsack was at last empty. He felt so relieved. The next day, the old man, standing straight and tall, told the other villagers what happened and how good he felt. They could see how happy he was, how he looked and acted like a different person. They were amazed. At the end of the day, all the villagers joined the old man and the small boy, and they went to the riverbank and skipped their burdens across the water until their knapsacks were empty. They were amazed at how good and happy they felt. They never continued to hang on to their burdens again. A sign was erected at the entrance to the village that said, "It's hard to be on top of the world when you're carrying it on your shoulders. Let go and live." Another thought for you all to be thankful for. Get rid of those burdens and be blessed for the blessings in your life. The final story I want to share with you today is also anonymous. These are all so good, I wish people would put their names on them. It's called A Heartwarming Thanksgiving Story. A blind boy sat on the steps of a building with a hat by his feet. He held up a sign which said, "I'm blind, please help." There were only a few coins in the hat. A man was walking by. He took a few coins from his pocket and dropped them in the hat. He then took the sign, turned it around, and wrote some words. He put the sign back so that everyone who walked by would see the new words. Soon the hat began filling up. A lot of more people were giving money to the blind boy. That afternoon, the man who had changed the sign came back to see how things were going. The boy recognized his footsteps and asked, "Were you the one who changed my sign this morning? What did you write?" The man said, "I only wrote the truth. I said what you said, but in a different way. I wrote, 'Today is a beautiful day, but I cannot see it.'" Both signs told people that the boy was blind, but the first sign simply said the boy was blind. The second sign told people that they were so lucky that they were not blind. Should we be surprised that the second sign was more effective? The moral of the story: be thankful for what you have. Be creative, be innovative. Think differently and positively. When life gives you 100 reasons to cry, show life that you have 1,000 reasons to smile. Face your past without regret. Handle your present with confidence. And prepare for the future without fear. keep faith, and drop the fear. The most beautiful thing is to see a person smiling, and even more beautiful is knowing that you are the reason behind it. Happy Thanksgiving to all. What beautiful stories today by all those beautiful people who wrote those and share them with us. I want to say thank you to the Coach Muller and to our anonymous writers. And to all of you, I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving with friends, family, and a beautiful rest of the week. And may you be blessed with nothing but good things in your life. Take care. Until next time, God bless, and we'll see you soon. Happy Thanksgiving. This is Natalie Silva with Life Treasures and Golden Moments.